cause was null. Okay, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot here. Oh, it's because there's two objects getting printed out now. I know why. Okay. Silly me. So, all we want to do is after each test run, we just want to reset our standard out lines to an empty array. Cool. Alright. Fantastic. Reading a slightly different message now. So the cause was title null. Okay, and it's, for some reason, it is our jest spy is picking up the interesting. Have a look. So this is a static command, static function on the not great testing tools for Oak Cliff. I love the Oak Cliff library, but the testing tools are just not quite up to scratch. We had like a bit of an error or an issue where their implementation of mocking standard in is broken. So we had to essentially do this as a workaround, and then we've had to switch out the test runner because that had issues. And that's why we're having to do the manual mocking of the standard out as well, which is a bit of a waste of time, but it's worth it if we get the tests. I wonder if we do the jest.spy on. Okay, so this timer.unref is quite interesting. Alright. So this error is, for some reason, it's interacting with our standard out, which it shouldn't be. It should, if it's an error, it should be going to standard error, surely. Okay, let me have a look at the way they recommend printing. We could just use the CLI UX and do something along those lines. So we'll definitely be using this at some point in our tool. What do they say about error handling? Oh, that's cool. So we can try and catch any errors in our command itself. And we can just instead this.json output error. In fact, we don't need to do that. Use new JavaScript and see if that makes a difference. I really do like Oakleaf. I used it for a infrastructure tool in a couple of previous companies. The one thing I don't like about Oakleaf though is the test strategy, like the test tooling that comes with it. Well, I'm pretty sure it's broken. In one of our previous streams, we got like completely stuck in trying to support standard in using the test suite tools, and also it's using the helpers they provide all use Mocha, and Mocha I think is just inferior to Jest these days. So yeah, tool itself is great. The tests are a bit shit. I mean, I could just skip the tests, but I want to support this project long term. I don't see myself doing that without a good test suite. How are you using Oak Cliff SNES? Is this at work or personal stuff? Okay. So this is odd. I think this might be something to do with our mock. Oh man. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need a better way to assert against standard out, because so many things are just yeah, okay, so it sounds like you were doing something similar to me. Yeah, Mocha's just a bit old and crappy right now. How did you find getting the test suite set up? Was it as much of a pain in the ass as I'm finding it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because we're having so much trouble mocking the standard input output, I'm not even going to bother now. Right, I'm gonna provide my own interface, and I'm gonna mock that. Right, so let's just maybe set this up here. Standard outlines is equal to empty array. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new class in utils, and I'll call this output printer. Actually, all lowercase. Output dash printer. Yeah, I think that's what I did as well. Well, that's essentially what I'm going to try and do now. So essentially, you just treat the Oak Cliff library as sort of like a controller, and then you build out your model and test the model and leave the controller to just do its thing. Yeah. Okay, well, it's really reassuring that you know, you've not only had the same problem, but you've actually solved it in the same way that I thought I was going to. So that makes me feel I'm going to be on the right track. So I guess what we want here is we want to construct an output printer with a destination, or maybe just a callback, right? And we just say this dot callback is equal to callback whenever we create it, and then we can implement a print function, and here we can just say this dot callback and print the message. Oops.